in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub,
B.A.
E-Ray.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of the elder ages, because we do not let in those toddlers. Not in this podcast, I tell you. This is Let Me Book the Territory. It is I, E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, Peen Malenko, Busty Loads, here in your ear holes. I am amazing. I'm feeling great. And I am joined by the fellas, 1/3 of this triumvirate. We have the guy, the pod tribal chief, the always constipated Captain Insano himself. LA Dub is in the building.
Let me talk
What's
to you.
going on?
Let me talk to you. I am lost in the pitch black currently, but I am here. It is post Rumble season. It is roads to WrestleMania season. I'm ready.
Yeah. That sounds great. Love that. Love that for you. That was amazing. Love that for you. And joined here, the American Cream. I can't even get it out. B.A.D.B.I.C., the chin-strapped legend himself, bald as he wanna be. B.A. is in the building. What's going on, brother?
What is good, fellas? It is I, B.A.D.B.I.C., in the building, a.k.a. Black IRS, a.k.a. since I'm rocking the baldy, no Scully, B.A. Lethal out here in these streets. Doing my best Jay Lethal impression. That's right, folks. Oh, yeah, Mr. Machismo. Oh, yeah.
Love it.
So in the building, here to talk some Rumble action. And Dub, by the way, if you're in the pitch black, they have all that neon. How can you not see? There was so much neon. It was like a glow party. It's like, it reminded me of Cosmic Bowling from back in the day.
Man,
It reminds me of CSI.
Things get
all
crazy.
the crime scenes on people's jeans.
Right. Look like my dorm room from college. Anyways.
Turn off that black light. Somebody went there and their pants was exposed. But beyond that, guys, it is post-Rumble, and there are things a brewing. We are on the roads to WrestleMania, and I mean, there's nowhere else to start but recapping the Rumble. So, Dub, where would you
Do
like
we want to start
begin?
with the Rumble match itself? Do we want to start with the bad? I mean, let's just get the bad out of the way.
Yes.
Bianca Belair,
Villain
Black
is
John
bad.
Cena should never, ever, and the Rock means ever, have a singles match again with Alexa Bliss. Ever.
I mean, but I thought that one guy was the Black John Cena.
What guy?
Well,
He looked.
you
Okay.
saw that one
Regardless,
Mania. There's
same
plenty
thing.
of John
I
Cena.
can't see
You
her
can't
either.
see any of them. There's got to be more than one Black John Cena, right?
Yep.
Because you don't ever want to be the first black person to do anything. So Bianca's the second Black Cena.
True. You get Christmas ass. Yes. I understand 1,000%. I would like to agree with you, Dub. How do we feel about that match? Clearly, Dub has some aggression, some ruthless aggression towards it, and
Ruthless.
I get it.
Aggression.
10 times better than their first match.
Didn't
That
do it
being
for you?
said, still not good. Still not good. And
Okay.
and that's not to say anything bad about either one of them. I think they're both phenomenal competitors. They just don't mix. They're oil and water with each other. I don't know. I don't know what, because Alexa can't work her heel style with Bianca, and then Bianca can't work her superhero style against Alexa, because it's like, all right, well, you shouldn't have to Hulk up against Alexa. It's Alexa. You're 5 inches taller. You can bench press triple what she weighs. You're bigger, you're stronger, you're faster, you're rougher, you're tougher. Everything you say you are, you're that about Alexa. So it just doesn't work. And kudos to them for the first time around recreating Scary Movie. That was cool with the side-by-side, but it's...
Numerous times, I feel like in this build.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. BA, you felt the same?
I have a way as at the when we have the big 4 PLEs happen, I'm at a friend's house watching them. This PLE, I went over to my Uncle John's house, and that's usually the quote unquote
Uncle John
smoking match. So yeah, that's when I saw the what was happening on the screen. And honestly, the pitch black match would have been that match too. But Uncle Howdy segment gotta do my notes, so I couldn't go outside for that one. But I saw it start. I saw the entrances, and I saw how they kind of started the match. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just watch this one through Twitter. And went outside.
How did Uncle Howdy have time for weirdness?
And it looks like my decision
after
was
that match,
off.
after he had just jumped off a platform through LA Knight, through the pitch black darkness. Evil shit.
You mean past LA Knight? But we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, he totally missed.
But yes, he does what he wants. He's mysterious, Dub.
Right.
We don't question Uncle Howdy. That's what we do.
Uncle Howdy works in mysterious ways.
Yes, he
So
does.
they say.
It's like our Lord and Savior.
Hey, like the antithesis of our Lord and Savior. But
oh man,
I gotta say, yeah, I said that I wasn't looking forward to this match. It didn't do anything for me. It didn't add any layers to it. I'm just happy that the right person won. So again, flat out, y'all didn't screw it up. Great. And
move on.
They set it up for something which I wish would have happened, and we now know will not, thanks to Monday Night Raw. But yeah, I was excited. Bianca Belair kept her title, and I was looking to see my chosen person, Rhea Ripley, hopefully win the Rumble and move on to that. But before that happened, we were already kind of touching on it. So, in the I would say in the vein of other creepy uncles, let's touch on this as well. Uncle Howdy.
No uncles, never mind.
Right. Well, uncle's touching you.
No diddling allowed.
Right. In the diddle sphere. Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt and LA Knight, the Pitch Black Mountain Dew, sponsored by Black match. I don't know. It's a lot of things. Man, I was like, what? Okay, let me start with love. I loved how it looked. I thought it looked really cool. The lighting shit was like, oh, okay, cool. They light up the ring because it could have been like just a red match. We've seen some goofy shit with Bray Wyatt that I'm like, I'm not liking that. I didn't enjoy it at all. This was not that. It looked really nice. Presentation was well done. The building was well lit. It just had like a weirdness to it, and Bray had like some paint on him. So when he came out looking pretty normal, and then when the lights hit, then his skin started glowing a different color and all that shit. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's a great layer. I think at this time, to kind of take this further, I don't think Bray has a great in-ring work style. And it's so the same thing that the fun is the build-up. It's not the matches. And I was like, okay, you get the same kind of style. He does the same things, but it's not like a John Cena something where like, okay, here come the 5 moves of doom, but we appreciate it or it has some type of like weight behind it. It's like, okay, you're gonna run and bulldoze somebody with your whole stomach, and then the matches, might get a Sister Abigail or some weird shit's gonna happen, but it didn't really hit for me because I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on in this match. LA Knight didn't get to be LA Knight. It just felt collaboratively all over the place. I could be wrong, but I doubt it.
I'm gonna say you're not completely wrong. You're a little off base. I'm gonna give you some context around it. When it comes to Bray Wyatt in the ring, he's not being sold as that guy in the ring. You're coming there to see a good match is what I'm trying to say, I guess. A work rate type of guy. Not Bray, never will be Bray. And that's fine in my opinion, because when I look at other spooky acts in the past, they just like Cena, 5 moves. Undertaker's a great example of that. He's did a couple things. He's added some wrinkles, like when he added in a triangle hold and stuff throughout his career. But for the most part, Taker's got the hits. You see the top rope walk, tombstone, choke
those
slam.
hits are hits. That's what I'm getting at.
But they're hits because they've had time to become hits, though. You're right. This man's been in our face since the late 80s and is still showing up in our faces, i.e. Raw is XXX. So with that said, I'm not going to rip Bray to shreds for the worker stuff. Plus, he has to be in the ring to work. This is his first technical match since he's been back in the company.
He had a house show
second match
with gender. Don't hinder the gender.
Don't hinder the gender. Get out of here. I will hinder the house match that you just tried to claim. That house matches are practice. Come on now. Let's be real.
That's true. But
that's
okay, so he should have been practicing some more damn moves.
So
that's the point I'm getting at.
And BA,
I need more.
He can't control how he's booked.
With you because early Bray,
that's wrong.
He was pitched as a guy who could have a match. Like the spooky shit was to get in your head. No,
Husky Harris?
No, I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Bray or Husky
leader Bray?
Oh,
yeah,
original
like,
Bray.
He was pitched as a guy like
the OG.
Look, he'll get in your head to give him just that little bit of an advantage he needs. Because when he gets in that ring, he can go. He can really go. I think is when they got to this Fiend shit, and now you're looking at, going forward.
Yeah,
they're just leaning into spooky, and like that's part of the problem. And like, no, because Bray can really go. He can put on a great match. His matches with Bryan were great. Like, had they not done the weird shit with the ring with Orton at WrestleMania, that match was going pretty good. But that's the thing. They're leaning into the spooky, and I don't think you have to with this guy. I think you should use it as the build, and then like just let him kind of work a slower pace and talk to reinforce that spooky in the ring, and then just let him go. Because dude could go at a high level. But this match, like, again, I think because we didn't know what to expect, and because we had seen bad spooky matches before with Bray, expectations were low. Even though it had LA Knight in it, and we all know how good LA Knight is at pretty much everything.
And even with low expectations, I was not surprised. There was no new wrinkle to it. As far as the work.
That's fair.
The new wrinkle was something I actually quite hated. He somehow grew another face.
Yeah.
And then he just started eating fucking kendo stick shots to the
Rainbow
head.
kendo sticks.
I hate that. I do not like. Yeah.
Yes.
Never mind.
Glow stick kendo sticks.
Right. Happy Pride Month.
That's like
next
in June
month or whatever.
Okay.
I don't. Whatever. I don't. Are you saying? Never mind. I'm getting away from it. I really want to just like get the point across. how much I despise people no-selling like things, especially Bray, because it's just like, well, if they are that, then how do they lose ever? Because it didn't make sense when the Fiend was just eating fucking cartoonish, characterized mallets to the face and chair shots and all this shit, and then he just didn't die. I was like, wait, so he can't die, but then he loses to one spear. Makes no sense. There's no continuity. So when Devil Face Bray all of a sudden now is just eating kendo stick shots without even being stuttered, I'm like, that's not appealing. Because then that means I at least when the Undertaker was beat up, he would get beat up, but guess what? Then he always rises. Oh, yeah, Maya Angelou your ass.
Yeah,
but the still I rise.
But the effects were there.
It's like, oh
that
shit.
happened to him. But because you can't kill the Undertaker, he would just sit up. Walking through it means that like this has no effect on him. You're like,
exactly, and that's weird because it puts you in this OP status where it's like, okay, you're just too strong to like you should automatically be champion, and we're kind of doing the same shit that we did before, which wasn't going well. So I think they're gonna book themselves in a corner possibly if they don't figure this out, and I'm really nervous about it because I didn't understand any of the shit that like BA. This is your shit.
The Uncle Howdy theory of the week.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew Cold Black.
Go ahead, take it away.
Yes, we might as well get into
Explain this match to me.
Where the confetti come from?
Sit down.
It's not even. I more or less have to explain it to the level of. I'll get to the confetti later, but I kind of want to counterpoint what you guys are saying about the Bray evolution in the ring or de-evolution, whatever you want to call it.
Devolving.
Words. I'm not in love with it. I'm not big on guys not selling at all in the ring because we're supposed to be selling a story. But maybe the story is like this dude just keeps on forming into something else. But to your point, E-Ray, it could get dangerous because how do you book it in like the immovable, impossible force that can't be stopped? That once he gets to this level, like final boss type shit, nobody can beat him. So I get the concern there, but
that's how Finn Balor lost. God, just like.
But on in the same breath of that statement, though, I'm like, it has to go somewhere. So just like all of this shit that's been happening since he's been back, I'm gonna just see what happens. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? It's not like I hate it.
The worst, like Goldberg is gonna come back and beat him with one spear.
No,
that's the worst.
Vince allegedly still ain't stepped into that creative room yet. Triple H ain't gonna put Goldberg on no show to destroy talent like that. That's full time. They not gonna do that. I don't buy that. But I get the example you're drawing as far as Goldberg or something ridiculous like that happening to erase what they're building.
They don't need a Goldberg. They got Goldberg 2.0 so that can do it too.
Oh, Ethan's arch nemesis, who we'll talk about later. I won't give him no airtime, E-Ray, right now. You good. But in regards to Bray and all that stuff, what happened in the match, the breakdown of Uncle Howdy.
Let's skip all that shit to the end.
Yes,
Uncle Howdy looks and just goes, I don't know, and just jumps off. Like, what? Explain this shit, BA. I don't understand.
I don't have an explanation for it either. I just think that they were just like, we just gonna have this big ending. But I think the biggest news takeaway I took from that was the 4 characters standing there, the pig, the rabbit, witch, Sister Abigail, Huskus, all that fun stuff. I think that's our boys and girl in NXT. That is the schism. I think the way they were standing there.
Hey, let him get it off. This is his segment.
Thank you,
Uncle Howdy Theories. It's a theory for a reason.
Thank you. Right. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, sir. Back to my theory as I was trying to theorize. it had the way they were standing there is what made me think that. Now I know you have no buy-in into this. Why would they be flirting around on the main roster? They barely get time on NXT. I already know where you're going, Dub, with that. But why can't Spooky put on Spooky? Meaning, why can't the main roster spookiness put on the developmental spookiness? Why can't we do that?
You kind of sound those people on Twitter saying, "Hey, let's put the Street Profits in the Hurt Business and the New Day too while we're at it. Black people, they should be with other black people. Spooky people should be with other spooky people. Karrion Kross should be there too."
That's fucked up.
Hey,
Don't black on black crime me, Dub. That's not what I was saying. I was saying of an elevation aspect, not let's have these two entities who are very similar fight each other to bring down the cause of spookiness in our wrestling. Because I don't mind spooky in my wrestling, personally.
Spooky wrestling.
Spooky violence.
It's not even a thing.
Too much spooky.
Everybody knows that anytime Spooky is next to Spooky, what's going to attack? Spooky, duh. Racist.
A lot of spooky going
Anyway.
But moving on from the Uncle Howdy, because I'm sure we'll have more to talk about in regards to Uncle Howdy.
Can we talk about the Rumble?
Start with the Women's Rumble?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
First off, I want y'all to admit that I was right, and Rhea Ripley's going to get her look back. So, acknowledge me.
Whoa, way to spoil the... That was a thirsty ass way.
He has to get his
We didn't even
acknowledgement.
talk about the Rumble. He was going straight.
So now we
to
can now we can rewind. We can
worse
backtrack
than-
if you
he worse
will.
than
I know how
Roman.
much Ira
Worse
loves
than
that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought there were some good surprises in this one. The Nia Jax return was interesting, even though I've never been a big fan of hers.
Very.
And the way she left and been shit talking the company. Kind of found that weird when they could just apologize to Naomi, who hasn't been shit talking them. And the Oscar return. With the creepy clown face paint as a nigga that's creeped out by clowns.
Kana.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Kana. Love that. Love that for her. Yes. Though that was cool. I mean, Nia Jax, one of the worst kept secrets. Didn't do nothing for me.
But she's not like most girls.
Fuck it. She's not a monster.
Anyways.
But her wig, that was the thing. That was the spookiest part of that for me. Her return, I thought that wig was coming off at any moment, and I was like, I was on the edge of my seat thinking that shit was about to scalp. Like she was talking about like
that
VA.
image would have been right, like, exactly.
That's meme fuel forever.
Then they have to eliminate her wig
as
well
saying.
after they throw her up.
That would have just been the ropes. That would have been the thumbnail pic of Botchamania's newest episode.
But how'd you guys feel about Michelle
It
McCool
was nuts.
jumping another barrier like it was January 6th? Did y'all like that?
I'm gonna just hum this spiritual as you say that.
I told y'all I'm coming with heaters.
I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised?
No, it was like, I'm John Cena. She's wearing all her mystical, spooky cross gear that she got from her husband. It's time. I'm like, wait here, baby. I got this. Barricade be damned. And she zip. My music hits. Thank you. So that means if we ever hear, welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, we can just do whatever we want in any place. Like if that shit just happens and work, then we just start recording a podcast mid basketball game. I don't care. That just I got the confidence for it. So I love that.
Can't wait for work tomorrow.
Yeah, you gotta hit who with a Bronco Buster. Just saying.
Oh shit. Anyways. Moving on.
Again, the women's returns, nothing did it for me. I was like, blah, who cares? About time, like the people I wanted to see, I loved gang shit happening with Damage Control whipping lots of ass. That was awesome. they started with Rhea Ripley as number 1, and I was like, oh shit, how is this gonna happen? But let's see. And then by the time that shit started happening, when people, I was like, oh, they might give her she's been eliminated. oh damn, she's gone too. Damn. I was like, okay, let's say this. 2 of my favorite surprises for this Rumble was Roxanne. Loved that. I want to be your man. Loved her entrance. That was great. And she did some nice work in there pretty quickly there. And then yes, I enjoyed Chelsea Green just getting launched. Get your ass out of here. Hilarious.
And then she kept it going on Monday Night Raw too. I was like,
character.
She's leaning into this character. Like, she's gonna do good things with this. I'm
great.
A fan.
I love it. Exactly. I was like, you got to have something to start you off. So I appreciated those. Asuka's always appreciated. And then, the Rumble started off so sloppy. I did not like Liv staying as long as she did. Because I'm like, no, we don't need this. But what a fantastic ending to a very, in my opinion, sloppy Rumble. They didn't have anybody to really do the work. And I think Becky may have been a good choice to put in that 3rd spot and not Liv. But whatever. I get it because they're building storylines with Damage Control. I loved so much how Rhea finishes this match with the leg scissors to a blind Liv Morgan. Fantastic ending. It was fire. But yeah, that Rumble was pretty sloppy, and I was like, oh man, this is more worth laughing at because I've seen the Rumbles in the past, women's Rumbles, and they were good because they had ring generals in there. They had Sasha Banks to anchor it. They had Charlotte to do her work. The anchors here were Liv and Rhea, and for whatever reason, Dana Brooke, who was
forgot she was in it
dangerously. I didn't because I was like, every time somebody was botching something, it was her. So I was like, oh man, this is rough.
That's why I'm shocked she was in the Rumble. I forgot she was still on the fucking active roster, let alone in the Rumble.
Maybe they did too until they're like, oh, we need another.
Damn,
we
they
got
really
29.
don't want to. They really not trying to use no legends,
saw Dana
bro.
Brooke get in the ring like, oh, she's still in the league.
Literally. So, all right. Well,
big facts, man.
There's that. But that was, yeah, it is what it is. No matter how sloppy it was, they got to the right finish. Hey, and that's all it is.
That's all you can ask for, I guess.
Just like making that sweet love with a new person. You're like, it might not start off the best. I don't know. We don't know each other, but we get to the finish.
We just both got to finish. Speaking of which, finishing.
Maybe.
We strive for greatness, right, LeBron? We strive for greatness. Whatever happens in that striving. Yeah, we strive, though.
Come up short.
Strive. That's all we can do.
I mean, whatever.
Right. Fix your face, Detroit. Don't be looking at us like that.
At least we're not Detroit.
Right. I just wanted to say I thought I was crazy because I felt the same way at first. It comforts me to hear that y'all did not think the beginning/middle of that was fire. I thought it was sloppy. I was fighting sleep until the last 6 people were in the ring. And I felt bad feeling that way. I'm like, am I sexist if I don't like this?
No,
that's
no,
kind of how I felt.
That is exactly. But that's a great point. That is exactly how I felt. I was like, I feel bad about tweeting about this in a negative manner because of how excited I was about the men's room. I was like, wait, am I being a misogynist here?
That's
no,
exactly
it just wasn't good because I've watched the Women's Revolution pay-per-view and I thought it was fucking great. I've watched the first Women's Rumble and I thought that was great because they had the legends and they had a great mix of people and there were so many women we didn't know who we were going to see. So I thought that was great. This one, it just didn't work. I don't know what the case, maybe because of changing of the guards, maybe because they don't have a lot of premier talent per se.
Yeah, and I think a lot of new faces in the Rumble, like fucking B-Fab.
A lot of new,
for example. So,
right, a lot of new
Emma,
and not necessarily best workers. Emma's a good worker. B-Fab and Dana Brooke and plenty of others, not so much. And some of them are just new, and that's okay too. True. But what you need again, I'm thinking about the past Rumbles, and yeah, I think it's okay to admit, like, we're not sexist because I've watched the other ones and was like, damn, that was better than the men's Rumble. And sometimes the men's Rumble sucks ass.
Yes, it does.
That has been a thing. So I guess we get our first probably sucky women's Rumble.
Are you guys done?
And
with
that was,
I
and
have
that's
Black
okay.
Friends 2 moment? Are you guys done? That's what it sounded like. I'm not gonna hold you. And the thing is, I agree with you guys, but the way you guys kept adding point after point after point, it was like, well, no, I got a black friend, and there's one coworker at work. Like you're counting all of your black friends at work.
I talked to him too.
So
we get our coffee at the same time. I think he's my
we got
friend.
a Tom Brady, right? So we Tom Brady. If you're explaining, you're losing. Okay, got it. Women's Rumble sucked ass.
Boom, like
yeah.
we've came enough for women's wrestling on this show.
Like, I don't know.
The women's Rumble sucked. We're gonna say, yo, it sucked, but they got the right winner.
Fair enough.
I felt that in the moment. I was like, only because they started with the men's Rumble, and I enjoyed it so much. I tweeted every single entrance. I had all 30 and some type of blurb. The women's Rumble, I was like, man, this shit is rough. I don't want to say it. I just felt bad. It's like, my mom told me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say.
Yeah, I get it. But in that moment, you were thinking, am I misogynist? The same way some white man you worked with saw your hair, wanted to touch it, and thought, wait, am I racist? Because I want to touch his hair?
I think those things are completely different.
Yes, 100%.
Because that's the thing. If he thought he wanted to, if he or she, usually it's a she, wanted to touch my hair, and they were like, am I racist? That's a wild thing to think about. I'm thinking, I don't enjoy this. That's
right.
Like...
and I don't want to bash it because this is a very cancelable world we live in just for things you don't even realize you're doing. So I just want to...
That's... BA sounds like the racist white man to office. Me, I don't give a fuck about that. I just felt like, hold on, am I being true to myself or am I being bad? Am I being overly critical? But then thinking about it, oh no, I've enjoyed women's wrestling at a premium.
I had a black friend over for dinner.
And again, Street Fight, sponsored by Street Fighter 6.
Right.
Zelina Vega, a character that we don't even fucking know.
Correct.
So
I thought the same thing.
Why not Chun-Li? Oh yeah, because we have to sponsor shit to make you buy this by a character that I don't even know. No, it was bad. Okay,
you guys
Women's Rumble
sucked.
Women's victory, great.
We had to mansplain it out, as my wife would tell me when I'm trying to backtrack and backpedal out of situations.
Let your wife listen to this segment of the pod and ask her how it sounds.
Wife. You don't know things because you don't have a penis.
Oh yeah, she gonna definitely say.
And she's like,
yeah, have her listen to this segment of the pod.
Hey, I'm the financial wizard here, okay? You don't go to business school, okay? You don't got to. And she's just like, business school. That's the place where you go to. She's like, I will tell you.
Exactly. You don't go almost 10 years in marriage making decisions like that. I can tell you that.
You don't.
Exactly.
Party all the time, BA. Party all the time.
Yes, Eddie.
With that said, let's talk about an actual good Rumble. The men's Royal Rumble match.
So it's funny when you said the men's Rumble match, you guys were talking about the absence of ring generals in the women's match. We literally had the ring general go bell to bell in this one. And it made a difference.
I was about to say, his name is the General.
The ring General.
You could hear him yelling out spots the entire time to people that had no idea what was going on. Yep. Hit me. Go to that guy. Don't do anything.
Somebody going there like, oh, the fuck? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit him.
Gunther got mad flowers and well deserved for his performance.
As very, and again, I hate to do it, but juxtaposition as the thing that I don't really remember many of the spots in the women's match because it just was like blah. There were so many good spots in the men's Rumble. What were some that stood out for you? Dub, hit me with them.
Let me just go off the rip.
Two
Logan Paul Ricochet spot. Was it the first time we saw it? Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
shit
but
they
still,
stole
it's
from
it's still pretty cool to
Carmelo
see.
Hayes. Gotcha.
Especially in a rumble with like 10 other people in the ring. That was dope to see.
Oh, you sound like. Oh, hey, BA. Dub sounds like the white woman that seen Kim Kardashian wear braids and say, "Oh my gosh, those are boxer braids."
Oh,
Kim Kardashian did that. You got Kim Kardashian braids to their black friend, and the black friend's like, "Bitch, I'll kill you."
Oh, that's Zia Lee.
Or a random black person.
Zia Lee be getting drugged
Yeah,
like
she
that on
does.
Twitter.
I
Absolutely.
mean, but
there you go.
that whatever. That is what it is. That's just like what Dub did though. Is said, "Hey, you had this." So Logan
Right.
Paul does it. That's the one I want to mention. Not that Carmelo Hayes and they've had that moment already. Which it was cool then. Logan
It was
Paul
cool
just
seeing
like,
a
I'll
rumble
steal
match.
that shit.
Was my point.
It's like
White
the
man
buckshot
did.
lariat.
Because the white
So,
man
the
like,
other
did
big
D-Ray.
thing was
You know, Dub. You know where Dub lies when the Civil
Right.
War breaks out.
Oh,
Civil
yeah.
War 2026.
Trying to
We know what side Dub's on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kevin
Trying to
Candy,
survive.
I love you.
Right. Come over here, Candace Owens. I got some extra room for you. Let me stop. I get us fucking canceled.
What's that nigga
don't
on
trust
that
them
name?
new niggas over there. Anyways, other spot.
Oh, shit.
Dub's wrestling persona is gonna be Samuel Jackson in Django.
Oh, yeah.
I came here to bust up some niggas.
I heard there was some nigga busting going around.
pause.
Yeah.
I need parts of that shit.
I brought my best whip and whipping beating stick because I heard some
Alright,
niggas.
so it wasn't a cool spot. Got it, guys.
That's a kendo stick.
Got it.
Damn right.
All right, but the other spot was
It was a
Cody taking the chops from Gunther on the repaired titty. Loved it just because like, hey,
Whoa.
wrestled one match with a one titty. You saw it.
Surgically
Okay, there we go.
enhanced.
breast augmentation. We can build him, make him bustier. Busted loads.
Those were my two spots probably from the Rumble. I was a little salty we didn't get like some more NXT surprise entrance, but I get it. They got a crowded roster right now. Totally get it. Yes.
Dub, must ask, how did you feel about the immense impact that your boy Santos Escobar had on
Anything
that Rumble?
Santos Escobar does is just
All
great.
8 seconds of it.
Anything I don't care. I don't care.
All 8 seconds.
Did he hit a top rope phantom driver?
I believe so.
I don't even remember because he
Sounds
wasn't
on
there.
brand.
I remember him doing that
Damn.
like right as like a zero went off and a buzz went off. I'm like, Santos, you timed this up terribly. Like this was gonna be your big spot in this Rumble.
There's a
You
lot of
timed
weird.
it horribly.
There's a lot of weirdly timed things. I'm gonna tell you. I have 3. The first one is just the disrespect of Montez Ford. That was messed up. How you gonna get? I'm coming. He came in there. I was about to tweet out Montez Ford. If I didn't, I was just tweeting like E-Ray was like a madman at that point in time. Montez Ford gonna be one of the last 3. Man got eliminated in like 30 seconds in front of his in-laws.
That shit was
so
funny.
disrespectful.
Would
That
that,
part
have
was
not,
funny.
would
So
that have
disrespectful.
not been a moment? That would have been dope. He should have been one of the last 4 guys. That's
I
where
thought he
think they made a big
was.
mistake.
I agree. That stuck out to me big time. Number 2, Booker T, our legend appearance. That was awesome.
Dickhead. I'm the dog.
Booker T had to show the locker room at NXT that he still got it a little bit. He can still spin a Rooney it up a little bit. But I'm glad that he was in and out of there. Yeah, because I was like, damn, Booker T like in his 60s. It's like watching my grandfather wrestle, like, and then he got out of there by the time I could that got weird. So that was cool. He gave
How
me
weird
just
was it
enough.
to see Brock Lesnar
legend
as
taste
just a guy
for
in
the
the
Rumble.
Rumble?
It scared me when his music hit, dog. I was like, oh shit, here we go. And he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
eliminate like 6 people when he came in, but I loved how he was eliminated. That was done perfectly. Because that's hard. It's hard to book Brock and still keep him Brock, but also not let him dominate things. And it was
Got
perfect.
eliminated by the black man.
Yes, he
was
did.
delicious.
He finally got his
Loved
taste right before February 1st. Got his Black History Month appetizer.
Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit's popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out.
You can get a taste.
And then what was?
Cue the tiger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So those two things are those two things are what stuck out. I'm not gonna go 3 and be greedy. As far as what stuck out.
I got you. I got the hottest take there is. Even though we know the Women's Rumble concluded definitively, Cody Rhodes was announced the winner. But to me, I don't think the Rumble's over.
Because Rey Mysterio's still out there floating around.
He's never eliminated.
I mean, no, because sometimes that happens. Rey Mysterio or somebody just dead, and they just a wasted number. And they're dead. But Kofi Kingston never got eliminated.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
the
it's
same thing.
But he died. He's dead. Kofi Kingston.
Let's talk about that. Let's break that down, E-Ray, because the spot was so weird. And I thought he hit it. I thought I was like, okay, Kofi spot. He landed in the chair. I could only see one foot. Right. And they never went back to it.
I think he might have been like partially hurt, but they were like, nah, we gotta protect this tag match we got next weekend. So you know what? Well, that's what I think happened.
That tracks.
Clearly, because what's his name? Corey Graves said it. He's like, no, he still has 1 foot on his chair. He's not technically eliminated.
Yes.
They was like, did he? They was like, did he? Yeah, I think. And then they were like, and then they just never went back to cameras. I was like, oh, he's dead. Okay.
This is what happens when you don't got Vince in your ear yelling at what you can and can't say. Because I'm sure Vince would have told them, like, don't you say a word about Kingston, damn it. Until they showed him that he didn't touch his feet.
So that was funny. And that was wild. What else? Of course, I love Bobby getting his payback on Brock. That was fantastic. I love Brock going in there and just launching people, giving them all these suplexes. But even more so, I love that Xavier Woods and Chad Gable went in there and just start having a fucking shoot wrestling match in
Straight
between a rumble. I was like, this is great. And I love them going for it. And what I hate it, and this is why Kofi probably had to get eliminated, the double bongo butt slap.
Oh yeah, that was I wasn't a fan of that. I hate when they do shit like that. I'm just like, come on, y'all.
Usually I'm like, okay. But that was just like, oh, this is a time for them to do something cool. And I was like, wait, that's what y'all... Oh, okay, whatever. I was like, nah, that's not doing it.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon bullshit off my TV. Right. I don't need it. This ain't a fucking Flintstones cartoon.
But yes, so our final 2 or 3, Logan Paul. God, this guy is just getting the craziest push. Cody Rhodes. And then... Right. And then... Gunther, the guy who's been in there since the first one.
Broke Mysterio's record.
It was nuts. And I'm like, wait a second. If they let Logan Paul go against Cody, this is gonna annoy me. So I was happy that they launched his ass. And then I was like, first I didn't even realize he was still in the match because it was like, oh, it's down to 2.
Yeah.
And then I said, Logan Paul, it's Logan Paul. I was like, man, get this motherfucker out of here.
He like rolled out of the ring after that Ricochet spot, and we ain't seen him again till that point.
Like, get this nigga out of my wrestling. And then they did, and I was like, great. And then Cody and Gunther began to have a little slobber knocker themselves. He really blew Cody up turn that chest into to mincemeat. And I wasn't mad at it. I think it did suffer. I get what they're doing. I think it suffered not having maybe a slightly bigger star against Cody. Maybe perhaps a Seth Rollins or something like that. That would have really set off that last thing. But I wasn't mad at watching Cody and Gunther go at it for the end.
I think the issue is as good as everybody knows, Gunther's really good, and he's gonna be headlining WrestleMania in the next few years. But he's not a heel that everybody hates. So you don't have that extra cheer for Cody. Everybody's cheering for Cody, obviously, but you don't have that extra. We're cheering against Gunther too because he's just a heel we hate. Because he hasn't, most heels in the business, they haven't done the dastardly thing of making themselves hateable. Gunther is just better than most guys, and he beats them, and then gang wars ensue and they jump niggas. But he's never taken a guy out of action, slapped John Cena's father or something. He hasn't done the unforgivable thing that heels do. So I think when you're putting the super white meat babyface to win it, I think you do have to put one of those super heels in there that people cheer against as much as they cheer for the babyface. Or in Cody's case, put his rival in there, put Seth in there.
I don't think they did that because the fact that Seth's not a heel like he was when they were originally having their feud before he got hurt.
Rivals though, but they're rivals so much so that it will work.
Right, and you can have that many, right? Because in the Rumble, when people see each other, it's just it's on sight, and it's okay, people get that. But I think even more so, opposing your point, Dub, I think it's more that Gunther just isn't he doesn't have to do the dastardly thing. His character just is kind of drab. It's very it's that's his character, but he isn't a colorful bad guy.
No.
If you would have had Baron Corbin at the end, he's a very
Baron Corbin has done
guy.
those dastardly things to guys
hate
that can make you cheer against him. He hasn't done them recently.
What has he done?
He hasn't done them recently.
I think Baron Corbin has go away heat. He doesn't have Roman has the heat you're speaking of now, Dub, from the Sammy stuff. Baron Corbin has go away heat. Gunther has foreigner heat. It's just different. Yeah,
but it's not even intense foreigner. He doesn't go around
he doesn't ride into it.
Suck. He's just
not at all.
This is what we do. Get out our ring. But again, it's very flat versus Seth is a colorful character with good heel or face. Bobby is a big character. These characters are what you need to bring out those intense emotions one way or another. And I just don't think Gunther necessarily has that. So I think the move was to build Gunther as that star position and they again, it just, he doesn't have enough.
I also think it didn't hit because
and that's fine, but
everybody in the world smart marks now. No one thought Gunther was going to be Cody. No one. They're telegraphing a Drew.
That's a good point.
Gunther
it's hard
IC
to buy
title match at Mania, so no one was buying that. No, I'm not saying it's not going to be dope.
I mean,
I'm saying
cool
with them
on
telegraphing that and the way they've telegraphed the Cody win, there was no you couldn't put your believability on pause and be maybe Gunther does it.
And
I think
and it's hard to even do that because he isn't a big enough character. Cody Rhodes come out looking like Homelander. You're oh, this motherfucker. It's him or Gunther.
Right.
Come on. I don't care. IC title guy is not beating the American dream with all
they
this.
They just spent $100,000 on pyro for this
loaded
to get eliminated.
On top of that.
No, Cody is 90 Sting all day, minus the face paint. And on top of the whole Gunther thing, to your point, E-Ray, he was positioned perfectly. He's being presented to the world. As far as because the Rumble are for the not just us, the diehards, the casual eyes. Because back when I was not watching all the time, I would watch the Rumble if I had the network. When I had the network, Taylor's first introduction to wrestling.
That's a good
the Rumble. That's the only time she'll sit
That's a good
there
introduction.
and watch everything. Exactly. She loves that shit.
Introduce you to a bunch of niggas real fast.
She loves it. Her favorite thing, because her favorite part of watching wrestling, of course, is the story and the entrances. She loves that shit.
Yep.
So that's all the Rumble is.
You get a lot of that really fast. Got it.
So I think Gunther being positioned like that is introducing the casual fan to who he is and who he gonna be. So I'm not mad at that part of it. But the believability aspect of him winning, I get. But I think if you get The Rock guarantee, not in the Rumble, but being around for the Roman stuff, Sammy's in the Rumble. Sammy's gonna create that,
and that's what
maybe.
I was going to say. If you have, but that was something that you had to be careful of. If they would have brought Sammy into the Rumble,
because that's what happened to Roman.
Cody.
That's what happened
and
to
they're
Roman.
turning on him.
In that Rumble that Roman won, no one knew Daniel Bryan was coming back. Once Daniel Bryan came back in that Rumble, it was like, oh, everybody's like, oh, we want Bryan to win. But during that Rumble, Wyatt was building his case, and people were starting to get behind Wyatt. So once you eliminate Wyatt, they were like, oh, they kind of saw where this was going, and they were like, I don't know if I like this. And then you eliminate Bryan, that's when that crowd turned on Roman completely, and even The Rock couldn't save it.
But that was the whole point. They didn't want Roman to begin with. And
correct. That's on Vince.
We actually did want Cody until Sammy. So that was
y'all
smart.
notice
there was no matter who
of the
was
bloodline were involved in that Royal Rumble for that reason, because them showing up immediately puts them like in that spectrum of the other guys outside of Cody because of what they represent in that company.
Yeah, but even then, that would have been great if you have Solo in there or something.
I thought we would have at least got a Solo appearance.
That would have been fine, but you could not put Sammy in there because Sammy is just too big. People would be like, "Oh, we want to see what that would mean for this bloodline story," and Cody gets overshadowed. So, kudos for doing that. To Dub's point, there's nobody they could have stripped from that Rumble that would have made people be like, "Yeah, Roman." Nobody gave a shit. We're like, get the fuck out of here. We hate you. And it made sense because he was not a good character and we were constantly...
I want you to go back and watch the build to that Rumble, but we'll move on.
Let's get away from that.
Okay. Say that for the next nostalgia episode. I'd be a good
because he was the guy. And
the origins of Roman.
They were doing it well. They were doing that build well. We hated it, but they were doing that build well. Trust me. Trust me. The mistake they made was bringing back Daniel Bryan.
I got questions.
The mistake they was bringing back Daniel Bryan.
I got questions for a different day about that.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yes.
Speaking of Roman Reigns, the main event, KO versus Roman Reigns. Guys, I got it. This is the thing that I was speaking about. The antithesis of Braun. Or I'll say Braun.
Get him off your mind.
Bray Wyatt match. Roman doesn't do anything special in the ring, like ring work wise. Correct. And he wrestles almost the same match every time. But Correct. It's entertaining and it's exciting, unlike the Bray in-ring work, because he gives it time. He does the talking. He's soaking it up.
The expressions. Hey. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah. I was like,
you ain't seen no facials, though.
You think this is easy being in the bloodline? You want to get a facial? No. No, thank you.
I'm going to smash you. Then I will explode on you.
I'm going to stack them. I'm gonna smash them.
Then I'm never.
What's going on here?
Like,
again,
what is this?
And again.
Just to be frank, there is definitely some bloodline porn out there. I almost guarantee it. There's a Roman Reigns spoof porn, and it's probably hilarious. Because if there's a Sarah Palin, there's definitely a Roman Reigns porn. I don't know what it is, but. And if you find it, do not send it to me. I don't want to see.
Don't worry, I'm sure Twitter got you, right? You'll see it.
WrestleMania
weekend. Browsers presents the sperm line.
Getting the head at the table, like whoa.
Acknowledge
The
me
tribal-
is below me.
The tribal queef.
Get on your knees
What
and
is
acknowledge
happening?
me.
Great
No, this is
sign,
raw.
by the way. There
Yeah,
you go. There it is.
But yes, Roman Reigns does the things in the ring that just get you into the match. It's like every slap is slow, and it's like, oh, it's a power move, and oh, he's going up, and then he gets countered, and him and KO have fantastic chemistry. And again, KO is an incredible worker. Roman has now dialed into what he does good really well, exceptionally well.
Mhm.
So that match, no doubt in my mind, it was going to be great. I enjoyed it. I don't know if everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But, of course, the histrionics and everything afterward was what just the fucking facial icing on the cake. It took the whole world, like, it took us on an emotional roller coaster. Well, it was like probably like 15, 20 minutes of shenanigans. Like, this is real. I was like, oh, shit. And we could see it, but they're slowly, like, just slow playing it. It was incredible. So,
Yeah, go, BA. You got
go
it.
for it.
Oh.
Take it away, BA.
I got it. I'll tell you this. I was salty because as the match started, my kids are at my mom's house while I'm at my uncle's house. Right, I give you a little background on my night while I'm watching this. My mom started texting me like, kids sleep. It's like midnight damn near. I didn't know this PLE was going that late. So as the match is starting, they getting into it, I gotta fucking leave and go get my kids and go home. So I missed it all.
Y'all gotta wait.
Oh yeah.
Y'all gotta wait.
Right. But in
Shut up,
regards-
Grandma. Tuck and roll.
Right. So I went back, I watched it when it uploaded that night because I was like, I can't go to sleep without seeing it all unfold. And to E-Ray's point, man, the teasing. God damn. I have not seen WWE present something so dramatically and give it its just due. Usually it's just like wham bam, here you go, here
And
now.
We know
It
BA,
was
a
just
married
like,
man, does
are
not
we
like
about
the
to do
teasing.
this? Is he doing it? No, we don't do the teasing. But if you gonna do it right, boy, they did it. I was like, God damn, shit. I do some foreplay, but yes,
That wasn't. Hurry up, the kids in the
Right.
other room. That
kids
was
away
we
for the
about to
weekend,
rent- right?
Right.
We got our own hotel, baby. We got the
time
jacuzzi.
today.
The compound of Pound Town is gonna be broken in similar fashion, but we'll save that for another day and show. But yeah,
The tribal beef has spoken.
man, it was that whole build. It made it the wait to what we knew was been coming since the summer all worth it. I hope that whatever next story they build, everybody uses this as reference point to this is how we should build something that's supposed to be big. But yeah, what about you, Dub? What was your thoughts?
So the ending of first off, the match was great. KO and Roman have not had a bad match against each other. If Roman has a second wrestling soulmate besides Seth Rollins, it's Kevin Owens for sure. The ending, it was all Carl Thomas. It was just emotional. Just oh yeah.
Emotional.
I couldn't let go to this thing. Just and it's funny. Somebody put on TikTok just like clips of the Sammy and the Bloodline. So it's so hard to say goodbye. I was sitting on my couch. I'm like, why am I about to cry over Boyz II Men over wrestling clips? What is my life? But anyways,
It was so good.
yeah, like it was just all emotions and like you could see, you could feel the tension. You could cut it with a dull spoon. You're like, man, like. It felt like Roman was really like, he was in on Sammy. He was like, yeah, he my family now. Now what? And then he got in Sammy's face and you're like, oh shit. And then Sammy had that momentary thing when he got back in Roman's face and then he got back out real quick. I was like, nah, that's masterful acting right there.
Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, you're right. This is beneath me. You do it. And I was like,
Held the
that
chair out with his
is
pinky
it.
finger.
The layers. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
We gotta get to the layers of this because this is the most important thing. We knew KO was not winning, but the fact that KO was actually going for it And the match was as good as it was. They both really put on a good show. Fantastic. The beatdown afterwards, fantastic. They pull out handcuffs and handcuff KO. We're like, oh, it's happening right now. But we don't know how we're getting there. That's the sign of a great movie. It's like, oh, we don't know how it's getting there, but we're getting there. KO gets handcuffed. You start seeing first, Jimmy Uso goes insane. He just jumps on him. Hands. He is beating the shit out of KO. Like, nigga, I've been wanting to do this for months.
Just
And
ready
I'm
to
like,
whip some
wow,
ass,
Hands for
dude.
Christmas.
this is crazy. Because usually Jay's the hot head. And Jay is like, okay, I'm just chilling. He get his couple hits in too. Then get a Samoan spike. You get Solo beating the hell out of him. Roman get beat out. They're like, all right, handcuff. They handcuff him. And they're like, yeah, Sammy, get some of it. And he's like, yeah, I don't really. And Sammy's kind of backing away. So we're like, okay, we know where this is going. And then they have beat the hell out of him. And just super kick after super kick
party!
after super kick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the Young
Yeah,
Bucks
it
or
was-
something where somewhere like, hey, that's our act. What are they doing all those super kicks
yeah.
for?
That was a Sweet Chin symphony. That shit was incredible. And I'm like, man, that was brutal. He barely can stand. KO's playing the part very well. And then they get cheers. And he's like, oh, Roman's just about to beat the shit out of him.
Right, KO off TV
And
for a
then-
few months.
That's when, right. And then Sammy slides in right as Roman is about to just deck him and knock his brains out. Like, end him out. Concussion protocol forever. I'm like, oh gosh. Sammy jumps in and we're like, oh. But the way he did it wasn't like, no, you don't do this to my friend. He's like, this is beneath you. He took the smartest route there was. This is beneath you, my tribal chief. He gets it. He knows. He understands. It like, you don't need to do this. This doesn't even make sense. He's like, you're right. We don't need to do this. You need to do this. And he hands Sammy the chair. Sammy looks back. They take all the time, all the 9-month pregnant pauses that are necessary to give us so much like, oh, the anticipation. And then as Roman is just yelling at Sammy, you need to do this. This is all about the family and this and that. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting really, really intense. And I'm like, oh, I know. We already know where this is going. So we thought. And then, yeah, Sammy hits Roman in the back. At that moment, BA, what did you think? Oh, yeah, wait. You didn't see it live. Sorry.
So, like,
Dub, what did you think? This is important because BA, you knew. Dub,
Fair enough.
we didn't. We were watching,
let me
so
throw
I
something
want
to
to
you.
get that perspective.
the reactions I saw. First one, Roman's face. Roman's face says, I can't believe I let this happen to me again. And he said, and he was dealing with the betrayal in his head as well. 2, the looks from both the Usos. They were both just like, they were upset. They were just upset. Then Jay reacted in sadness and he couldn't believe it. And then Jimmy reacted with just anger. Just super kick. Boom. Like, those 3 reactions from those 3 Usos made the whole thing. The Roman disbelief, the disbelief on the Usos, and then the different reactions out of all 3 of them. Shakespearean. Just pure Shakespearean. I haven't seen a storyline this good in all of entertainment
Hamlet.
in at least 10 years. I'm sorry. McOos.
McOos.
McOos, if you will. Very, very good.
Right. A Midsummer's
Yeah,
Night's
it-
Rumble.
it
I
was-
get it.
it was phenomenal.
It was poetry. It was. So, as that happened, we waited. Jimmy is just on fire. He unloads another super kick because he still had more to give. And Sammy takes it on the chin. He is out. As Jay is screaming, what did you do, Oos? What did you do? I don't believe you. And Jimmy just go, back up, ka-clow. Took him out. And Jay is just in disbelief like, oh no, not my boy. He does not get up and attack Sammy. Everybody's just beating the shit out of
And
Sammy
they're yelling
now.
at Jay.
Sammy catches
And they're
chairs
yelling
to
at
the
Jay.
back, catches Samoan spike. Yes. And
You say you love him like a brother? No, we your brothers. I'm like, I'm like, low key. The story has always been about Jey Uso. Like,
Yes, it has. It went all the
It
way
has,
back to that
bro.
match.
what?
the sociopath
15 years
was born.
ago?
That's what it feel
when,
like,
when
man.
Roman Reigns first.
no, it
First
goes
won
back
the
to when
title,
Roman
yeah,
was beating them up when
I
they was
think we're-
kids. The whole Inoue family was telling the story.
Yeah,
It's-
I mean, I'm sure it might go that route, man. Like, what if we might get another
I think
Roman
they
and
split the
Jay
belts,
match?
and I think
in
Jay
all
takes that
honesty,
other
at some
belt off
point.
Roman. I really do. I don't know if it. I don't know if it happens
That's
at
crazy,
Mania.
though.
Okay,
I don't know if
that's
it happens at
that's wild.
Mania, but I really think that's where they go.
No,
So
no,
you
no.
think
Jay
Roman's
has
walking?
it, but
Roman's walking
not
out of there
like
with one
that.
title. Roman's walking out of there with the
by
title at
SummerSlam,
WrestleMania.
Jay has that other title. I really do.
Wow.
No.
I know it sounds crazy.
But-
I know.
No
but
way.
I really do.
But I do see Jimmy versus Jay.
Yeah, and
at
that's my point. That's my point.
I do
That's
see
what-
that as
that's
well,
why Roman
E-Ray.
walks out with
That's
one of
a
those titles. You get
Shakespearean
Jimmy
tale.
versus Jay, and Jimmy, he goes on his warpath again to get his lick back. Like, nah, you turn my brother against me, you turn my whole family against me. I'm taking the one thing that actually means something to you, because clearly this family really doesn't, because you're a fucking sociopath. So I'm gonna take that other belt off of you. I think that's the path they go after Mania, because if you look on SmackDown, there aren't a lot of guys ready for the belt right now. And I think if you put that belt on Jey Uso, you can take it off him for the next guy that's ready. Whether he drew back up, whether it be Gunther, whether you do LA Knight with the Money in the Bank. I think that's the way to go.
And you can get some good matches. This could be his the
That's
beginning
what
of his
Exactly.
Jeff Hardy
I'm-
run.
And then you give Roman some much deserved
That's
time
wild,
off.
man.
Like,
I never thought about
that's how I see this going, because Roman deserves some time off after putting the company on his back for 3
And-
years.
And what has it been? What has it been since the beginning of his reign? Main
saying,
event,
man.
Jey
What I'm
Uso.
saying.
You talk the good talk. I'll say
Yeah.
that. So
It
I
was
don't
not
know
on
if
my
I'm fully
radar.
right. I don't know if I'm fully in on that, because I still need that Cody win, and I need Cody to have the undisputed belt and bring that back, or the golden eagle, winged eagle. Either way, I don't know. But regardless, away from this, that moment was fantastic. Jay walks out of the ring crying. Give that man the Oscar.
Tony,
Give him an Emmy. Give him. Yeah, he's an EGOT in one. Like, he probably was singing his own.
They
music
do sing
on
their
the
own
way
music,
up.
actually.
Give
Yeah,
him
it's a
all
good
of that
point.
shit. Yes. There you go. He gets
Tracks.
an EGOT in one night. So there you go.
Jey
It's
Uso for
amazing.
EGOT. There you go.
But yes, this ends up playing out on Monday, of course. I was pretty disappointed to see. I wanted to see Roman's face. I wanted to see more of that. They didn't go there with
Not
what
yet.
we wanted. I think they're holding off on us, and I'm like, okay. But Monday was full of some other stuff. That
Another
was
great promo from Cody
decently
Luther Rhodes.
good. But I would.
Cody Luther King II. Yeah. What a
Yeah.
what a promo. He said, undesirable went to undeniable.
lisping off.
Undeniable is still uncrowned.
Undeniable
yo.
with the undeniable.
Ah, E-Ray, that's not.
No, the lisp does come through. It comes through
But I
sometimes.
love it.
Especially when he's doing like his pastor
You can
alliteration.
definitely hear it
It
here
really
and
starts
there.
to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he getting into it. For
Speaking
sure.
of which, I want to ask you guys: did you watch WWE's Royal Rumble?
No, I did not.
Just clips. I watched clips. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I sat there and watched the whole thing.
Oh man, good for you.
Can I tell you? Fantastic.
So, way better than
WWE has
AEW
this
scrums.
Absolutely. WWE has the capability of doing something where it's like, oh, we'll just take that from you and we'll do it better. It's kind of like when you have like a Kanye or a Drake take a certain style of music and just make it better because they're just better artists. That's what it felt like. WWE, well produced. They had Rhea Ripley come out, and she was midway in character. They had the who's who of wrestling media. So Sean Ross Sapp and
Ryan Satin
and
Ryan
everybody
Satin,
you've ever
all the
Ryan
crew,
Satin and
Meltzer,
all of
all
them.
those guys.
All of them are there asking questions, and Rhea Ripley did. Rhea, how are you gonna go celebrate? Well, I'm gonna celebrate with Dum Dum and all the guys, and we're gonna get wild. And I was like, love it. But then she talked about realistically, she got two great options, and she don't know which way she was gonna go before she ended up choosing. And it was just a very good, well done thing. Next, we had Bray Wyatt come out. Bray Wyatt was not in character. Hey man, hey y'all. Like that's just Bray Wyatt, and he just talks to everybody and how good it is to be back. And again, it was kind of like the mirroring of character and actual person. They did a really good job of balancing that.
That's amazing.
So
it's not easy.
As a question, I'm telling you, it was really well worth watching. I thought it was fantastic watch, especially coming down off of that poetry that we just watched, that Shakespearean tale. I needed more. I was like, I need more wrestling. I need to know more. And they was like, okay, great. Brought Bray out. After Bray, I want to say they brought Cody out. Cody had a good time. He was joking around, but he actually almost cried, of course. Cody be crying. And Cody be crying.
Cody takes you to every emotion that you can have on the spectrum of emotion when he holds a microphone. He's all
Cody
over
be
the place
crying.
in a good way.
And I loved it. But then he comes out and he like talks about his journey, talks about Triple H and the stuff that he wanted to do. He said he does not watch that match back, even though it meant something. It's like, I can't watch that match where his pec was all messed up, blown up. It's like the doctors say it can't get worse, but I don't know if that was actually true or not. He said, I can't do it. But I'm back and I've connected with the fans and blah, blah. So again, a very good mirroring of the information. He gets to ask one more question. Again, he's a little off the cuff because I haven't had sugar in weeks, months even. He drinks some of the cold blacked. It was a great moment.
Ugh.
Then of course, hey, Big Will might have something to say to you. He said Mountain Dew Pitch Black is the best flavor, and he don't know why they didn't bring it back sooner. I don't know. I haven't tasted it, but the way they advertise that shit, I think I'm gonna grab one because Code Red was fire. I'm gonna try it. But be that as it may,
advertising will work. Good
I
job.
know it does work every time. I just seen some Arby's. We got the meats. I'm hungry as hell.
Kobe beef.
Right. You gonna be sitting on the toilet drinking smoking menthols, eat
big
Kobe
ass
beef.
roast beef sandwich for
Kobe
no
beef.
reason at all.
For real.
We got to eat.
Y'all believe us, right? This is Kobe beef. Yeah.
Why did the Arby's dude sound like some nigga you just saw in the corner that you tried to avoid and just go to
Ving
your next
Rhames,
destination?
yeah.
Arby's
It's Ving
dude sounds
Rhames.
like a menace.
It's 100% Ving Rhames.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Baby Boy
That's
Ving
why.
Rhames.
today
Jordy,
I
Lil
learned.
Jordy.
Today I
We
learned.
got the meats.
It's Baby Boy
No
Ving
fucking
Rhames. He was
idea
choking
that
out
was Ving
Tyrese.
Rhames.
He was whispering in the ear.
We have the meats.
Cuz.
AJ Johnson though. Sorry.
Right, what your young ass know about that?
Oh,
The
yeah.
butter and meats. Like, those mix.
He's putting Arby's sauce in the eggs.
I just got done with your
Oh,
mama in there.
Right, I'll make yours scramble. Your mom's getting fertilized. Why?
Jody?
But right. Oh my god.
BT
great
classic.
movie. But be that as it may, at the end of the scrum, Triple H came out and talked his shit. All those stats, he dropping bombs on it because you know they are trying to get this company sold. So you're like, look, we are profitable. We have sold more merch than we have ever sold. Our gate,
Smart man.
50
That's how you
something
sell.
thousand. Yes, they did all the things, but it didn't feel like gimmicky. It felt very much
Genuine.
like, oh, we're opening up the world for you. So mirroring some of the kayfabe with some actual wall breaking. And I was like,
That's dope.
this is fantastic. I would advise if you guys get a chance to watch it. It was really good. And I hope they do these for the Big Four. I don't need it for every, but I think
Big
the
Four, Money in the
would
Bank.
Really,
you gotta do it for Money in the
benefit.
I
Bank.
think they're doing it for everyone. Because they started them at the Cardiff pay-per-view. That's when they started having these.
Those are different
after
though,
that.
'cause those are considered stadium shows too. So what they do now is they try to have like a stadium show every quarter. And like they try to have a stadium show
I
and an
did catch on
international
to
show
that.
every quarter now. And that's kind of like what they do to kind of cap off their quarters. Like, hey, look at international gate, Big Four gate. Look at his money. So like those are different, but I think they should do them at the Big Four, the international shows, and Money in the Bank. Because Money in the Bank, like you get two people who are clearly your next up people, except for when they gave it to Otis. Like you got to talk to those guys to see if they can, if they can get in front of a microphone without a script or no redos. Just hey, off the cuff, and you're not gonna know what questions are coming. Can you get this off in kayfabe or half kayfabe? If you will?
Well, more kayfabe coming your way.
Sounds good. Speaking of, I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
No, I was like, speaking of kayfabe, you guys know how you got me Chin Strap
Absolutely.
Jones and all that fun stuff. Well, yeah. So the cool thing is about being Chin Strap Jones, you got a beard you got to maintain. It's not easy sometimes. Shit gets dry. When you lay on your face, half your beard be looking like you just got ran over by a car, while the other half just sit normal. So it's time to tame our manes, fellas. And our good friends, our old friends over at Manscaped are now in the beard game. So they have now evolved from making sure your nads are good. Now they're making sure your face is good. So they have come out with their own beard hedger. The thing is like a fucking juggernaut of fixing faces, in all honesty, fellas. First off, the shit's cordless. And it has like a rotary wheel that gives you 20 different hair cutting lengths. So if you're just trying to trim up your stuff like me, or if you're trying to go full 5 o'clock shadow like Dub with the goatee action going, or if you want to just cut it all off but keep the chin game action going like E-Ray with his scraggles going. Whatever your
Paul pierced.
So whatever your vibes are around your facial hair game, Manscaped has you covered. So they also have with their Manscaped instrument hedge trimmer being waterproof. You can only expect the same from the beard trimmer, so that is waterproof as well. So you can shave in the shower, which is wild. I got to try this one out to avoid all the hair in the sink. I've never thought I could use something like that in the shower on my face. Whenever I do trim this down, I'll let you guys know how that goes. And then they also have, as far as with the beard, you get beard shampoo and conditioner. Now, me having a beard, I condition my beard damn near every day. Just because I know you're probably not supposed to. I'm sorry, beard connoisseurs out there, but I like conditioning my beard. It keeps it soft. I leave a little bit in there just so it don't get too dry throughout the day. But the good folks at Manscaped reminded me, all of our hair is different. The same hair that's on your head ain't the same hair that's on your face, and the same hair that's on your face ain't the same hair that's growing other places. So you got to treat it all differently, fellas. So that's why the kit has the shampoo and conditioner, also the beard oil. I'm a big fan of that. I've used that every day since I've gotten the kit. Keeps my beard nice and shiny and fresh feeling. It ain't dry and brittle and feeling like it's crust mode, like I'm homeless or something. Can't have that happening. And then lastly,
Keep
which
the
I have
chin strap.
gotta stay strapped. Gotta stay strapped. So with that, and then lastly, they have some beard balm. Now this isn't really for me, being having the melanin in my skin. My beard kind of is what it is. There's no styling involved with my beard.
Ain't no styling. Ain't no style and profiling, Ric Flair.
No, not at all. All I got is just line up and making sure my stuff is groomed properly by using their nice comb that came in the kit and also brush that came in the kit. So that's more my vibes. But if you have other things going on with as far as your skin tone, the beard balm may be more for you because you can use it to style it up and all that fun stuff. Get your crazy looking beard on. Maybe you want to have the mad villain with the pointed beard, or you want to have it spread out, or if you want to, I've seen people have the split down the middle, but whatever your bag is, that's all you.
Right. You want to be Dub C and braid your beard?
Right.
Got you.
Exactly. Or if you want to braid it up and like have it even like a glorified corn roll, whatever you want to do. Like E-Ray said.
So now we're now we're Mac 10.
No,
right.
Now we're Tech 9.
There you go.
All the guns. Any other guns you want to name? Now we're Shotgun.
Right.
All of them. All those people rapping.
All the guns. West Side Gun. Shout out all of them. The Gun Family.
Right.
Billy Gunn,
Right.
The Gun Boys,
Billy
all
Gunn.
of them. The Ass Boys. So I say all that to say, with Manscaped getting in the game of beards, you know your boys that let me book the territory are going to look out for y'all. With our code territory, when you go on their website, you will get 20% off and free shipping with that special word, territory. So whenever you guys get a chance, when y'all hear this, go to manscaped.com and check out this beard hedger. It is a life changer. If y'all wanted to stop using the clippers that you use, that your barber's using, that you got to plug in the wall because you saw him using it, the walls, y'all know what I'm talking about, the WAHLs, those are good clippers. But there's other ways, people. The game is evolving, so don't get left behind. Go use our code territory, get 20% off at manscaped.com. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yes, Lord. As we were saying with kayfabe, more kayfabe news. I don't know if I'm what we found out, but I think it really works well. Elimination Chamber is our next PLE, and it will be for the United States Championship.
So weird.
Love that. I love it. I am.
Yeah, it's just weird, but I'm here for it too. Make that belt matter. I'm here for it.
And not only that, also because Rhea Ripley did choose her opponent. Dub was right. She wants her lick back.
There's your acknowledgement.
SmackDown. She's leaving. She's leaving the bloodline, or excuse me, leaving the Judgment Day behind. Maybe
is she?
Maybe
is
not.
She?
Maybe I don't know about that.
She
I
might
said
be
maybe
taking
not.
Dom with her, because Dom kind of want to talk shit about his dad, and that's how you get to Ray versus Dom at
Kind of
Mania.
struggle on the mic.
And then Edge got to deal with Balor over there. I'm telling you,
shit.
We're gonna have brother versus
He's
brother at
booking the
Mania,
territory.
father versus
Yes, he
son
is.
at Mania. Rhea gets her lick back.
Man,
Come on.
It's a lot of storylines coming to a
and
head,
gets
man.
the
That's how it should
WWE
be.
Title. Come on, these stories are easy to write at this point. Good job, Triple H.
Yeah, this
He's
is
trying
crazy.
for sure.
So, with that said, the Elimination Chamber women's match will be to face
It's
Bianca
Oscar and
Belair
five of the
at
women.
Mania.
Oscar's winning.
Since-
Let's not eat. Come on. Let's keep it funky. Let's keep it funky here.
I mean, yeah, I think it's the math is easy on that because I don't see who else could even
No.
Oh, wait. Mella's back, guys. She's gonna face
Again?
Bianca Belair. Woo!
Hasn't Bianca
Mella
beaten
is
Mella like
money,
7
right,
times?
for the 17 times. Like when they
Something
did,
like
they needed
that.
somebody else.
She
to step
beat her
in,
at
like,
Rolling Loud.
Oh, okay, let's
Like,
just
come
throw
on.
Carmella in there. Yeah, we don't need that. So I would be very excited to see. I think Elimination Chamber, that was probably the first pay-per-view that I ever went to or I ever attended in Phoenix. It was great. I still got the t-shirt. I love the shirt. And yeah, man, I'm with it. I am excited for Theory. I think that match is going to be nuts. I'm really excited
Theory,
to see, 'cause who is
Seth,
it? It's so far. It's
Johnny,
Theory.
and
Seth Rollins,
Bronson.
Yeah, Bronson
So
Reed,
far.
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
That's a banger. And who else? I think was
So
two
we
more
got
people.
Austin,
1 or 2 more people left.
Seth, Johnny, Bronson. We got 2 more people left. They haven't done the matches yet.
2 more people left.
Profits
Probably on
will have
Friday.
matches. I think it's Ford
Yes.
versus
Oh,
Elias,
that's gonna be great.
and I forget who Dawkins is going against.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
That sounds
for that as
really
well.
fun. Go ahead, Bia.
I was gonna say in reference to the Bianca, Charlotte, and Rhea stuff. Now I know we were all just kind of expecting and wanted the Bianca versus Rhea match, but I've kind of come around on the Charlotte thing, low key. I it took me some time, but like sitting here,
Rhea needs to get
I'm
her
cool
lick
with it.
back. They
I'm
got
not-
10
I
plus
know, like-
years to get Bianca and Rhea in the ring again.
and that's exactly the point. And that they get the lick back, I get it, but now more from the Bianca versus Rhea thing, that would be more of a fresh thing. Let's go for the low hanging fruit of the Charlotte versus Rhea story. Because I was wondering that too, and they're low key bobbing like, why do we keep putting Bianca in these matches that don't really matter? But Charlotte gets all the heat, all the juice. But I get it. It's because it's there. You might as well milk that cow. It's got to get milked. So I understand.
Also,
Start pulling some
someone else
tires.
pitched something to me.
Yes.
Someone else pitched something to me recently. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. I think I know them already, but I want to get it on wax. Bianca versus Ronda at Mania.
Oh, well, you must want me to just
When
walk off of this show.
Nothing?
I was about to say, guys, that's all the time we have.
I was about to say, BADBIC at Let Me Book Pod.
But hear me out
we
here.
out.
Hear me
No,
out
I'm
here.
just-
Hear me out here. There's no rivalry right now for Ronda, and they always want Ronda in a big ticket match. So unless they do Ronda Natty, and they don't do that many women's matches like that aren't like title
50?
matches at Mania anyway. So unless you get Ronda Natty or Ronda Shayna, which I would argue are not big ticket matches, I think the only way those matches get made is if Ronda pushes for it because they want to appease Ronda. It scares me because I think they would do the bad thing and take that belt off of Bianca for Ronda, but
It sound like
I
Ronda
don't
don't
see
even
that.
want to be there, man. Like unless she really leaning into her character, which that involves wrestling prowess, which she doesn't possess really. She keeps talking about how she don't want to be there. I don't see it right now. I could see if she was itching and like trying to make little comments about
I'm sure
I'll
she
be
don't
back.
want to
I'll
be
whoop
there. But
so-and-so's
that Mania
ass or
payday,
whatever. But
it make a lot of people say yeah.
Okay,
that's facts.
so
she got.
let me stop. Let me stop.
She
this
got
bullshit.
kids.
Let me stop this conjecture here.
Okay.
No, not happening. What I do see happening though, because thank you for reminding me, it will not be Asuka. It will be Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler
I hope
is
so.
going to lose because Bianca has never gotten to get her lick back on Shayna Baszler when Shayna was champion in NXT. That's the way to go. Asuka would be great because that's a
booking.
big thing, but again, I think Shayna Baszler has enough where she's the only other person credible enough that they can put up against, because we're not doing all this for a rematch with
Carmella.
Alexa Bliss. No. Worse.
If
Alexa.
it leads to Alexa Bliss, dude,
Because let's keep it real.
I don't even know what I'm.
Bianca had more chemistry.
Yeah, no, they
with
had
Carmella
They had a couple good matches.
than she had with
100%.
Alexa. They had some, really good matches. So for me, I just can't see it being anybody but Shayna Baszler. I think so. Let's see. Who do we think will be in the women's?
So it's the final four of the Rumble.
Shit.
So Big Mommy Cool, Big Back Pose,
Asuka.
Liv Morgan. Final three, I should say. Liv Morgan and
I want to say
Piper,
Dewdrop.
yes.
Piper Niven
Piper's
is in
in
it.
it.
I feel like
Yes.
I've seen her picture. Yeah.
That's also a good match because they had a fantastic match with her and Dewdrop. when she was due drop. I would like to see Piper. I know they don't want to do that for Rumble, or excuse me, for Mania though. It needs to be bigger. So we got Asuka. I think Asuka. So again, I'm gonna disrespect myself. I'm not gonna go with Ronda. But if Ronda happens, Dub, you gonna have to see me.
Listen, I don't want it to happen. I don't,
especially if she wins.
Want it to happen.
You keep speaking into existence.
See how they book things, especially for Mania. Like if this was SummerSlam,
words
you don't book that for
mean
SummerSlam.
Things, buddy.
Yes, they do. Ask Candyman what words mean. And keep that man alive, goddammit.
Saying.
So what do you think saying Ronda's name in the mirror gonna do?
A healthy diet of words, okay? And bees. Words and bees.
So many bees. So many bees. You know how many people are allergic to bees, Dub?
She's on the
fatal
she's on the
disease.
card. She's on the roster. If they put her on the card,
EpiPens on deck.
Right. Handed them out at the door.
Let me put,
Bees
let
will
me
be
put you guys like this.
okay?
Right.
And Ronda Rousey.
Ronda's on the roster. They
media
want her on the
guides.
card. Do you think they're going to put Ronda versus Natty on that card?
I would. They
think
could,
they're gonna put
but they
Ronda
won't.
versus
To your
Shayna on
point,
that card?
Dub, because we've seen it.
I would also.
I'd be okay with that.
Put Ronda versus
If they
Shayna
gonna put her on
that
the card, I'll never do that. No,
Depends.
Dub.
We got 3
I don't
months.
think so.
They got 3 months. I can see it.
Now, knowing everything you know
E-Ray's lying
about
to himself.
WWE booking,
I understand though.
do you
I
think
get
they
it.
could put
We're
Ronda
at
versus
that
Bianca
point.
on that card? Even though you don't want to see it, do you think they could do it?
The fact they put some lost Hardy brother on my TV for 7 minutes on Saturday night, anything's
That's what
possible.
I'm saying.
Like Kevin
I
Garnett
want the match
said.
to be Asuka Bianca. I think that's a money match. But that's the problem. Like you said last week, with Brock Lesnar lurking around, it worries you because you're like, they can always just shoehorn him in, and they're like, well, he's him. That's what I'm saying.
I get it, Dub. You got
My point is,
E-Ray
be
is so
worried.
through, and
Be
I get
worried.
it.
We have
but
2
you're,
women left to get announced in this match.
I don't want
I got the card right here. So it's Asuka, Liv, Nikki, and Big Back Pose. We have 2 more women left that will be in triple threat match to get in this match. Piper's not in it.
Oh, so Piper
No.
Niv is not in it?
There's
I
2
thought she
triple threat
was.
matches to decide the other
Nikki Cross
2
could be
people in
fun.
it. If Ronda's in one of those triple threats, be worried.
Got
That's
it.
all I'm saying.
We ain't seen her since she lost her title though on
Be
SmackDown
worried.
to Charlotte, right?
Be worried.
Or did I miss something?
They don't put Ronda on TV a lot to have her lose.
When was she on TV? She wasn't on TV. She ain't been on TV yet.
Dub
think
is
they
like
got-
sitting
when
here
they put her on
doing
TV,
I
like
think
don't
Piper
lose.
Niv
voodoo to
and
try to
That's
bring
what I'm
her
saying.
back. Dub is
Whatever.
like DMX
Whatever.
at the beginning of Belly setting money on fire in the middle of a pentagon to try to get
wow.
this to happen this season.
Oh, I thought like he was in the Pitch Black match. He
Oh,
coming in
no. The
like
very,
he was
very
in
beginning of Belly. With DMX talking about his origin story, how he sold his soul, basically.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yes.
Butt naked. Right, that's on
wrestling.
the couch.
Damn.
I'm just
Wow.
saying, Dub. You're putting your spells in the universe to put
I
Ronda
don't
on my
want you guys
TV
to
on
be
Friday
too
night.
upset next week.
I don't want
when
it.
she's in this match.
Oh, don't worry. I will be upset. Very upset.
We end up if we end up in the belly of the she beast, I am going crazy, and it is going to be your fault. I'm gonna walk to Toledo / Bowling Green / wherever you are. I'll find you, and I'm going to murder.
You know what?
Just letting you know.
I wouldn't be mad at a Ronda Rousey appearance because I haven't heard a good E-Ray rant in a long time.
Why are you doing this? You're doing this on yourself,
That's what I hear
guys.
E-Ray
With
go
that said,
nuts.
this has
E-Ray
been
must
another
yell.
great episode of Let Me Book the Territory. Please tell them where they can
All right,
find
guys.
you.
If you guys
No.
are looking for me, it's at
'Cause we getting
ADUB
out of here. For Ron, you say Ronda one more time, she popping
on
up.
all the socials. Embrace the Turn Up Pod. Me and John. New episodes every Tuesday. I'm just saying, man. Ronda's out there lurking around like the Candy Man.
Shut up. Stop. You playing. You done said it about 3 times. You say it one more time, she gonna pop up in your living room and give a bad promo. Shotzi. You want another shotzi? Get out of here. Armbar. I don't want it. BA. Let the people know.
Before Rhonda puts us all in arm bars, you cannot find me anywhere, as always. That has not changed. It will never. But you can always find me running our illustrious, almighty, influential Twitter handle at Let Me Book Pod. The most influential podcast out here, always interacting and loving it up with the people. Was live tweeting this past weekend, here in and there and out, because I was drinking and smoking. So some matches I was not tweeting, but some matches I was. So there it is. Back to you, E-Ray.
Right.
And BA out.
There it is, and that's all it's gonna be. Guys, we did not get a chance to talk about what's going to be happening this weekend, but we will, of course, recap it. NXT Vengeance Day.
And live tweet during it. Should live
Yes,
tweet,
all the things above. So expect that from us and expect a full recap because that shit should be a banger as well. But you can find me at E_RAY, the bad guy on the Instagrams, E_RAY, the hipster on the Twitters. And as Dub loves to say, too sweet me when you see me, unless your name is Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, get your Dokalax, let the madness run all over you, and then wash your face because the tribal beef is bringing that big sausage pizza. Guys, we are out of here. Have a good night, motherfucker.